Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this afternoon's webinar session. I'm Aparna Chandrasekharan, advisor with the Education USA Center in Chennai. For your information, Education USA is a global network of 400 plus advising centers in 170 countries that is supported by the US Department of State's Bureau of Education and Cultural Affairs. In India, Education USA centers function out of the US India Educational Foundation Office. There are 5 US IEF centers, that is in Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata, Hyderabad, and Chennai. And we also have 2 independent Education USA centers in Bengaluru and Ahmedabad. If you're looking for more information about Education USA and its services, please do log on to educationusa.state.gov for more information on higher education opportunities in the US. Today afternoon's webinar, the topic is undergraduate and graduate studies in natural sciences and mathematics, and it will be presented by faculty members from the Indiana University of Pennsylvania. Today's presenter is Dr. Bharathan, who is the chair and professor at the Department of Biology at the Indiana University of Pennsylvania. I will now hand over the presentation to Dr. Bharathan and request him to start his presentation.
Hello. Good afternoon, folks. Can you hear me? Your voice is breaking, actually. I can't hear you. And Ms. Aparna, your voice is breaking completely.
Dr. Bharathan, you may start your presentation.
Okay. My name is Bharathan. Yeah, thank you. Hello?
Yes, we can hear you, Dr. Bharathan.
Okay, excellent.
We can hear you, Dr. Bharathan. You may start your presentation.
My name is Bharathan. I'm from Indiana University of Pennsylvania. I'm a faculty in the College of Natural Sciences and Mathematics and chair the biology department. Our university is located about 45 miles east of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, popularly known as the Steel City of India, Steel City of the United States. It is nestled in the Allegheny Forest, and we are about 200 miles from New York. You folks can now see the actual map where the campus is located. We've got beautiful mountains. We have about 70 to 80 inches of snow during the winter season, and summer times are typically like what you find in Nainital, Uti, and other places. So it's like a hill stations, and the temperatures could go as high as 85 to 90 degrees Fahrenheit, which is very common, which is approximately 27 to 30 degrees Celsius. The College of Natural Sciences and Mathematics is among the 5 or 6 colleges on campus. Typically, the college has several departments. You folks can see the biology, the biochemistry, chemistry, computer science, geoscience, mathematics, physics, and psychology. Typically, we offer undergraduate degrees in biology, biochemistry, partly some classes in master's degree in also. And these classes are typically taught by faculty members who are having a term. And there is a typo here. I should read biology. In the biology department, we have a master's program in biology, followed by a BA in biology. And there are several tracks in veterinary medicine, cell and molecular biology. And you all know nowadays that ecology and conservation and environmental biology and environmental health are very powerful tools. Some of the very important diseases takes place, which we call as the zoonotic diseases, and Zika virus falls among those environmental health issues associated with the biology education. All these are within the College of Natural Sciences and Mathematics. And then within the chemistry department, we have followed by several tracks in the chemistry itself, pre-medicine, and then followed by chemistry degree and chemistry education. Then in the computer science department, with languages, systems, information assurance, and software engineering. You folks must be very much familiar with some of the aspects of computer science. Into that, we also have a club, what do you call, departments in geoscience and mathematics. Geoscience department specifically is involved in and all of those factors that are related to the soil factors, the rock factors. So fracking and other things become a very powerful department, brings in a lot of external money to promote all aspects of work related to rocks itself. Then within the mathematics master's program in applied math, and then math education, and then several degrees in undergraduate related to basic math, applied math, and then secondary. Then within the natural science program within the college, we also offer several pre-professional programs. These prepare students 2 to 4 degree professional programs. I'm not sure how many of you are familiar that in the United States, many of the students, before they go, whether it is medicine, whether it is dentistry, optometry, or pharmacy, all of them have to complete a 4-year undergraduate degree program. So within the we offer all of the pre-audiology, chiropractic, dentistry, optometry, and pharmacy, and related to another aspects related to physician assistant before they get into the professional schools. And unlike in India, where after high school you can go directly to do MBBS or pharmacy, here in the US you have to go through an undergraduate. What I want you to know here is the College of Natural Sciences and Mathematics and the Department of Biology has several affiliations program with the medical school. A student can do 3 years of undergraduate pre-professional program and directly to join the med school or the professional schools after they complete the related to the pre-professional program. So in addition to these, we also have the physics courses that are offered. We have professional science masters. We also have biotechnology with the Penn State, and typically these are for students who have already registered to the physics department. We call that the pre-engineering nanomanufacturing. Then we also have a psychology department within the college, and in the psychology we have both the undergraduate program, the master's, and the PhD program being offered. Talked about some of the important aspects within the College of Natural Sciences and Mathematics, and me being a chair of the biology department, I felt it is appropriate for me to talk to you for an aspect related to the biology department itself. We do have a very strong master's program in biology, and I will say this is one of the for many of the students coming from other countries, typically who want to do a PhD program, primarily because in the master's program in biology, student to some of the very important aspects of what we call as the curriculum that is essential to be very well trained in hands-on in the. So we do have a thesis program and a non-thesis program. Many students coming from India, many students coming from Sri Lanka, Malaysia, Singapore, going for a thesis program, because the thesis program requires that you do 6 credits of independent research with the faculty member, and all 100% in the department, 28 of them who are tenure track, all have terminal degrees in PhD. So, so what this does is students have opportunity to genomics, they have opportunity related thesis related to transcriptomics. You folks can see there's an excellent gel of a 2D protein gel, and these 2D protein gels on the slides that you see are typically labeled with different types of dyes, and these dyes allow you to identify unique protein that might specific organism. In this case, it's a fungal molecular biology. We are looking at the relationship of some of these proteins to viruses that might be associated with that particular host parasite. What we have within the master's program, we have work related to genomics, we have work related to stem cell research, we have work related to conservation biology, and we have faculty work with the bionics related to what are known as the dinosaurs. And this allows you to do important research in the movement of and how these animals have adapted 250 million years ago. They're trying to understand the adaptation to these types of movement. So degree program that students can choose from conservation biology, from genomics, and in addition to that, they can do master's research related to anatomy and physiology. Graduate program typically, as I said, it has about in the biology department we have close to about 950 students doing pre-medicine, pre-veterinary biology, specifically related to cell molecular biology, environmental health, ecology and conservation, and environmental sciences. One of the key requirements for all is students have to do, very importantly, hands-on 3 to 6 credits of laboratory research. In the United States now, the admission to master's and competitive, and it is also competitive for many of the professional schools, specifically going to med school or veterinary school, that the students have hands-on laboratory experience. So we opportunities for students to do this type of research with faculty members. Many of the research work is also not only presented in national professional meetings, but the students are also co-authors in this paper. So what this does to the students is it gives them a feeling of in a lab in a non-intimidating system, and thereby they are able to go to higher education in a very confident manner and doing study work related to biology, environmental health, ecology and conservation, or environmental science. I do not know what type of student audience that I have at the present time, but in the Department of Biology, we do a lot of work related to the cell molecular biology, the interaction that takes place between the at the cellular level. We also do a lot of work related to transcriptomics. So we study important gene regulations. So we have gene knockout system using RNA. Are very powerful tools that allows you to do work related to gene expression. And at the same time, we have faculty members who are working on environmental health, ecology, and conservation. They are looking at the distribution of biological agents typically transmitted through mosquitoes and ticks. So what this does to students, whether you are a pre-med major, pre-vet student, or you are a biology student, they're able to do stellar work related to the host, the vectors that transmit these. And as a result, they can find very good jobs related to CDC. They could find very good jobs related to toxicology labs. They could find very good jobs they want to go to with the pharmaceutical system. But if a student wants to do PhD, we have students from the biology department now going to universities like some have gone to Johns Hopkins. So these are some of the stellar institutes where students have gone. I also want you folks to know that we do have a minor program in biology too. Recently, we have a program called Forensic Biosciences and Biomedical Sciences. So you could major in biology and do 18 to 20 credits related to forensic sciences or biomedical. So what that does is it gives opportunity for students to be part of a very unique program that by which we can do a lot of things related to let me see, I don't know why my system moved very fast to I have to go back. Okay, pardon me folks. don't understand this, why it moved forward that fast. Yeah, so the having talked about the important programs within the department, I also wanted to know that the strength of the department is they provide students with hands-on research. We have excellent facilities related to confocal imaging, stem cell research, and microforensics. And research work that the students do are publishable, and we have excellent scholarship opportunities. These scholarship opportunities it's not a lot of money, but what it does is on students anywhere between $3,000 to $4,000 each semester, each year, and that type of money is very useful students to have related to that type of work. So, and then they're able to contribute to the progress related to research itself. Then within the biology department, we also offer excellent tutoring facility. These are free for students. Every day the tutoring is done from, and most of the tutoring is done by students. And I say this primarily because we pay the students. The best students are selected to be part of the student resource. Students have opportunity to work within this research facility approximately 3 to 4 hours every day. So that is once again an opportunity for students to earn some very important associated. But I also want you to know that in addition to the regular semester that we offer these classes for the pre-med, pre-vet concepts in biology, BA in biology and education, our program in biotechnology is a very powerful tool by which we are able to recruit students from all over the world actually. And these programs generally start middle of the 3rd of August, primarily because it gives opportunity for many of the labs are pretty much free. And if the faculty member is not having an active research program, students are able to participate in this. And so we call the biological undergraduate research experience. We select about 10 students for this project, and each student gets about close for those 10 weeks. And this is strictly for students who are registered in the biology department, who are regular full-time students. We approximately $1,000 for 10 weeks. For research experience for summer scholars, we recruit students to different field within to have this experience, and many of the students get funding not only for their own subsistence but also by support from this particular project. We have approximately appropriated for this for those 10 weeks. Then we have the Department of Education grant called the Upward Bound Math and Science, specifically for high school students, and get an overall experience for about 8 to 10 weeks. Then we have what are known as career exploration in biotechnology, specifically for Ruya College. And we have developed this program in the biology department, giving opportunities to do forensics, DNA barcoding, to do DNA analysis, proteomics, and what happens have a regular classes from about 8 to 12, and these classes are mostly in a lab setup, and that happens Monday to Thursday. And on Friday, what happens have to make presentations of the work that they did from Monday to Thursday, and that gives them an opportunity to stand in front of a peer group and draw conclusions. And in the Friday afternoon, we have entrepreneurs and important CEOs and CFOs coming all over the country in the United States to come and about the significance of entrepreneurship and how biotechnology contributes to the future well-being of individuals. And we also have what is known as project called the Biotechnology in a Box. This is to the summer honors program students. Approximately 35 to 40 students come for this program. Once again, it's a hybrid of the career exploration in biotechnology that we have developed for the Ruya College students. Then, having said that, I'll quickly go through some of the career. You can see here it has got DNA barcoding, it's got DNA fingerprinting analysis, We do isolate and manipulate a lot of these nucleic acids. It could be DNA, it could be mRNA, mRNA, and these RNAs are then eventually converted to cDNA. We go through the real-time reactions and then do isolation and characterization of protein, the SDS page and the 2D gels. So now you all understand that omics has become so powerful. About 20 years ago when I started doing my PhD, cloning. So genomics became a very powerful tool. Now we all know the end product of the genome is a proteome. So proteome has become a powerful tool. And now that all these proteomes have metabolites, so metabolomics is becoming another powerful tool because of the interaction that takes place in the organism with that of the system. So, but what I want you all to understand, folks, is in addition to giving all the theory and practical knowledge related to the future of biology that is specifically in the omics and metabolomics, it is very important for a country like India to understand that entrepreneurial biosciences is a very powerful tool. These entrepreneurial biosciences does not come by investments. It does not simply come by understanding of the biological material, but you have to understand how this really works. There are safety regulations released, and if we have to be global in nature, you have to understand some of the important safety regulations that are in different countries, in the European Union and in the United States. Biosciences plays a very important role for young entrepreneurs to understand important aspects of what these regulations are. And I will say that distinguishing protein signatures that we developed, we call them as the biomarkers, and these biomarkers are a powerful tool not only to identify some of the very important proteins related to cancer, but these biomarkers are also important tools to identify some of the important protein markers useful for developing drug discovery. And you all know that drug discovery is a very powerful tool in modern technology, which is the end result of genomics, which we call as the functional genomics. And that is a very powerful tool. So for biotechnology exploration project, I want you all to understand, folks, that I was an undergraduate from India. Understand all the types of undergraduate classes that are being offered, and I just want you to know that if a student is looking for opportunity to come for the summer program or for undergraduate, almost all of these students listed in this particular slide qualify, whether you're in a biochemistry, whether you're doing MBBS, whether you're doing nursing, whether you're doing health sciences, micropharmacy or virology or agriculture or food technology and chemistry, you qualify for a master's or a PhD program. I say this primarily because the modern is completely an integration of biology, physics, and chemistry and chemical engineering. So no one student having a degree in chemical engineering can survive for next to 10. Same way, no individual with a biology degree can understand exclusively how these sensors work, how the interaction of these chemicals work. So that's the master's program, and the undergraduate program is a very much an interdisciplinary science. And the way the program is developed is the students can select from courses to get a cell molecular degree, an environmental or an environmental science, or even forensic science. I just want you all to know you could be a major in biology, minor in forensics and biomedical sciences. So what that does, it gives an opportunity for students to look for several avenues by which they sell their degree or make their degree program very competitive. So most of the undergraduate program, most of the graduate program foster interdisciplinary. So I have many students in the biology department, both undergraduate and masters, taking courses in geography and planning. So these are very powerful tools. I'll now give you a glance of the biology, the Indiana University of Pennsylvania itself. This university is as old as I would say so you can do the math and see how old our university is. We have a very accredited business program. We have close to about 14,000 students enrolled into this, close to about 6.2% or foreign students coming all over the world. In fact, I just want you folks to know that we play a lot of cricket in this cricket only during summer times. We do have master's and undergraduate degree level doctoral program, and I want you all to look at the faculty student ratio, which is 9. So for the money that you spend and you have for 19 students, you have one faculty member. It's an excellent ratio, one-on-one, and you folks want to know the members who teach have pretty much a PhD degree and of course for postdoctoral experience too. Professional organizations, student organizations of the university itself, and you can see IUP has been rated 2011-2014 one of the best colleges in the US. IUP is among the 100 top public. So what this means is majority of funding is coming from the state, but if you look at Harvard, MIT, Stanford, private donors, so they're all a lot different from the public system schools. If you want to do an undergraduate degree at Harvard, MIT, Princeton, or Wake Forest, if you on an average, a student spends close to about $65,000 per year. And I want you all to understand that a student going to Harvard and MIT, some great CEOs, but they don't have to even graduate. And I want you all to know that majority of the many students who go from IUP can also become CEOs. If you know this or not, the important programs related to YouTube. YouTube was developed by a student art major from a graduate from the University of Pennsylvania. You can see here it says Chad Hurley, YouTube co-founder, is an IUP alumni. So, but among the 6 colleges, you can see you have Business, College of Education, College of Arts, Health and Human Services, Humanities and Social Sciences, and College of Natural Sciences and Mathematics. So within Indiana University, we have these many 6 colleges. And College of Natural Sciences and Mathematics offers several degree programs related to the physics, chemistry, computer science, of which I alluded to you a couple of minutes ago. Now, scholarship opportunities are there for many students. We do offer tuition waivers. You can see there close to about $4,000 per year for international undergraduate students who are pursuing their first bachelor's degrees, $3,000 for pursuing the second bachelor's degree, and $2,000 for students. International undergraduates serving for the tuition waivers required to maintain good academic status and complete the required service hours. The honors scholars are also awarded tuition, which is close to about $11,000 per year. I will strongly encourage all of you to look for this scholarship opportunity, both undergraduate and master's program. For majority of the students coming from Indiana community, from the Indian community, I just want you all to know that in North America, the SV temple is one of the largest Hindu temples, and this Hindu temple is close to about 55 years old. It is one of the oldest temples in North America, 1960s. So you can see next to Tirupati, this is one of the largest temples. And we also have mosque, Indian grocery stores are present, and which we call the Patel. We have movie facilities that are in Hindi and Tamil, and of course the number of students that we have here with all the YouTube and Netflix that is available, you folks can all of this anytime. I just want you all to know that there is a huge cricket club which we call the Pittsburgh Cricket Association, and students do play these league matches. To understand about the university itself is that IUP is ranked among the top 100 public universities in the country, and these public universities, I told you, are state funded. Many options are available, close to about 30 plus undergraduate degrees and 60 graduate degrees and level doctoral programs, and the in College of Natural Sciences and Mathematics only has up to a master's degree. But what I have done to many of the students coming from India, Malaysia, Sri Lanka, and Philippines, students complete the work in their own country for PhD program and come and do research in my lab. So many, close to about 6 students have completed their PhD in my lab that way. First, I want you all to know the faculty members all have terminal PhD degree. Partial tuition waiver opportunities available. What that does is, if you have, say, 24 credits, close to about $15,000, partial tuition waiver will pay close to about $4,000 to $5,000 per student per year. And all this is very competitive. I also want you to know that no SAT is required for undergraduate admission, and we also waive the GRE requirement. I want you all to know that you have to have meaningful talking and understanding English. So we do require that the students have to go through foreign language. So the IUP, the contact information is posted right now there. You can come through the Office of International Education. Derrick would talk more about it. And the phone numbers, we are also on the Facebook, the Instagram, all of those informations are available for you folks to look. Mr. Daniel Burkett, for the Dean's Associate in the Mathematics Department, who could not come today, but my name is Bharathan, I'm the Chair of the Technology Department, and the contact information, you can see Derrick Alex, who's also part of the today's conversation, is the Director of the International Recruitment Department. I hope I've given you all the opportunity to understand what IUP is. It's a great place to be because it is located in a very ideal students and faculty members. It's a great community to be part of. I hope this helps. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Bharathan. I'm just going to pull up the slide of yours so the students will have access to contact information for all of you. Alex, I open up questions from students. Is there anything else that you would like to add?
Well, basically, I just wanted to thank the students that have joined us. I know it's a very challenging decision to find the right institution and apply and go through the whole process. I myself came to the United States as an international student from India, just like Dr. Bharathan, so I can completely relate to the experience and to the anxiety a student can feel. All I want to tell the students is we are here to help, and Education USA office is definitely a great resource for them to use. Our contact information is on the slide. So if you have any questions about programs, if you need information about the application process, or even in general, if there were questions about higher education opportunities in the United States, please feel free to send me an email and I'll be very happy to respond.
Thank you so much, Derrick. I will now open up the questions to students and advisors. In the chat box on the right-hand side, students and advisors, and both Dr. Bharathan and Derrick will answer them one by one. On the screen, Dr. Bharathan, that's for you.
The PhD program in bioscience is fully funded. At Indiana University of Pennsylvania does not have a PhD program, but all the students seeking a PhD program in other that yes, there are no PhD programs where a student can join without funding. One of the requirements that you have to fulfill your TOEFL, got to fulfill your GRE, and have a very good academic standing from the institutions where you're coming from, all of these three requirements, you get admission. Admission is directly related to funding. So the two go hand in hand. If you do not get funded, that is one of the key things that you all have to understand in a PhD program, that funding is directly related to admission into the. You cannot do PhD without external funding.
Okay. The next one, Dr. Bharathan.
Can you talk about the undergraduate research program, chemistry and physics? Do they also not require SAT? That's correct. The undergraduate program in chemistry and physics are as good as the undergraduate program in biology. And I just wanted you to know that the chemistry students do exactly what we all do in terms of coursework, in terms of research, and physics students too also do the same thing. Why they do not require SAT? Because the reason for that majority of the students coming for the biology, chemistry, and the physics program, they have to go through basic math program. So what this does to many of the students is we all start at the same level for all of these students. Unlike in India, students do not have a very strong chemistry program, very strong physics program. I might be wrong. Sometimes a high school student in the United States can come to college without any physics. So it makes it very difficult for the students to understand basic chemistry and basic physics because they do not have any math. What we do is they all have to take a placement exam in math. They have to take placement exam in English, placement exam in writing and reading. So very well in all of these. So a chemistry student, then if he or she has had chemistry in the high school, then they can directly go into the undergraduate physics. They do not have to take these SAT scores. These are the only reasons, because not all the schools, high schools, have the same level of capabilities with chemistry and physics, where students have to take mathematics, physics, and chemistry at equal level at their high schools. I hope I have answered this question to you folks very well.
And if I may add, there are some schools in the United States. There are about 4,000 higher ed institutions. So depending on the university, depending on the institution, or depending on the program you're applying, for IUP, yes, we do not require the SAT, but if you were applying to some other institution, I would always advise you to check with the requirements at that particular institutions, just because there is so much of variation in the admission requirements depending on the institution. No two university requirements may be similar, so it's very important when you are going through the application process. If you're applying to IUP, we absolutely do not require SATs for these programs, but if it was some other institution, you may want to also check with them.
Okay.
I think Alex is bringing a good point. The requirements vary from school to school, college to college. Some do not require SAT at all. I have my daughters going to college here. Some schools where they apply SAT not require. So it varies from institution to institution. Very good point. Yeah.
Okay. The next question, Dr. Bharathan.
Professional programs open to international students? Absolutely. Every student can come and do the pre-professional program, whether you want to do in pharmacy, pre-medicine, veterinary medicine. That's correct. Any student can participate in any of these pre-professional programs. And I just want you all to know that pre-med program, we have a course in human anatomy and physiology, and the human anatomy and physiology, I know in India, I don't know any undergraduate has a pre-med program where the student work with the human body. We have actually, I'm sitting in the first floor. On the third floor, I have three human bodies. The students actually work with them before they even apply to a med school. That's how the pre-med programs are designed specifically to entire human anatomy, and that is a plus point that enhances students' competitiveness to get into med school.
Okay. Yes.
Or some undergraduate research fellowships available to international students. You have to understand, if you are a full-time student at IUP, okay, say you join the biology department for your degree, and you're applying for the undergraduate research, it is available. In fact, at the present time for this summer, starting from May 15, I have out of the 10 students, 4 students or international students competed for that undergraduate fellowship, so they get close to about $2,000 for their 10 weeks. That's correct. But you have to be a full student at undergraduate research fellowship. Very good question. Can an undergraduate in India who's completed his transferred? Yes. Oh, interesting. Very good. So if you are able to provide all the content of the syllabus, what are you majoring at the present time? Say, let's take a hypothetical situation where you have an undergraduate student majoring in say, biochemistry. So if you have physical chemistry, if you have organic chemistry that you have to take in your first, and if you're able to tell, if you're able to maintain those syllabus and provide the syllabus to us, definitely we have an excellent department within the registrar's as the credit transfer unit. And the credit transfer unit program, their main job is to look at the syllabus and see what courses can be foreign students. Absolutely, it can be done. And as a chair of the department, on an average, I sign every week for students. States close to about 8 to 10 students every week. I approve courses that they have done in other colleges and transfer to ours. So it can be done for foreign students.
Dr. Bharathan, I have a question related to this. Now, if a student wishes to transfer from India to the US for their second year of undergraduate degree, who should they be getting in touch with? Should they be admissions office, or is there any other specific office that they should be writing to?
Okay.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Dr. Bharathan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yes, I can hear you.
Let me. Are you folks okay now?
Oh, 1 second. 1 second. There seems to be.
I take it.
Just 1 minute. Just a minute.
Yeah.
From your end, Dr. Bharathan?
Yeah.
There seems to be your end. Can you just be a little loud?
It is from my side or your side? So I have nothing. I have just the webcam.
Okay, I think it's better now. Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah. With respect to who the student should contact. So if it is applying to the biology department and in the course transfers, the individual student can contact me directly via email and send PDF files of the syllabus. The student to transfer the information to the unit that I was mentioning, credit transfer unit. That can be done. Or the student can go onto a website and look transfer unit. Alex will be able to give you more information on this because this is an administrative. But as the chair of the department, I'm obligated to report some of the requirements and needs from the student. So that can be done without any problem. And then application process
But
is all on.
A general question, if a student was applying to some other university and had this question, would they then just email the
Yeah, they should contact the chair of the respective department and the registrar's office for admission to pursue this. Yes.
Okay, great.
And also the
Okay,
best way to do it is keep it parallel with the application process. So once the student applies and has sent in all the transcripts, if there are any college transcripts, that process will be initiated at our end. So even without the student asking, like, the file will go to the transfer coordinator and he or she will look at it to see if there were any transfer credits possible. Once that is done, then again, like, it's not a final decision. Like if the student feels that there should have been more credits that should have been transferred or had some recommendations, they can definitely get in touch with the transfer coordinator and take it from there. And also work with the department, as Dr. Bharathan said.
Okay.
Yeah, do you offer assistantship to graduate students? Of course, yes. And as I said, these assistantships are very competitive. And say, for example, in the biology department, master's program, we admit about 20 students every year. So to admit those 20 students, we give about 8 to 10 assistantships. And out of the 8 to 10 assistantships, some are partial tuition waivers, some are complete tuition waivers, and some of them are directly assistantships, and some are directly, those research assistantships come directly from the member who's got grant money to support the student research, and otherwise it is assistantships. Teaching assistantships are approximately 3 to 4 every year. So if you're going to be a teaching assistant, you have to make sure you have a very good communication skills and very good oratory skills. These are required for you. Sometimes what happens is you could be participating in teaching. And I just want you all to know the important thing. In the biology department, in many universities, in our universities, we offer close to about $20,000 to $25,000 scholarship. All those assistantships require that you teach some of the classes. Anytime you teach class, you're going to stand in front of 25 to 30 students, and so those skills are important for students to understand.
Okay. Thank you for that, Dr. Bharathan. Questions from students, if any of you would like to answer questions, please type it in this chat box next to that little Facebook icon. If you have any final questions for Dr. Bharathan or for Dr. Going back to that transferring question which I asked you, when a student is transferring, do they have to take the SAT or the ACT apply to them as graduate admission?
Yeah, anytime IUP does not require SAT, so the school where the student is going to apply.
And this is just some background thing from in my office. No, please go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah.
So would a transfer student also have to take the SAT or the ACT?
It depends on the institution where they apply. So as I said, we do not. We lost you. Can you hear me?
Dr. Bharathan, I couldn't hear you. Could you say that again, please?
Yeah. Yeah, I can hear you now. I lost your connection. Can you hear me now? Hello? Derrick, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Dr. Bharathan, now. Do transferring students also?
Hello?
It depends on institution. We have no say in this. It varies from institution to institution. So that Derrick pointed out that varies from institution to institution.
At IUP, if a student is coming as a transfer, no, we do not require it from an international student. But as we said earlier, like, you know, it depends on where the student is applying, which institution. Institutional policies can vary.
Right. Okay. So at your student is applying for an undergraduate program in chemistry, they can take courses from other departments within the natural sciences department, or could they take courses from other departments as well?
Yes. They can take, see, there are 60 for any, say the individual is graduating in chemistry or biology, they have to take 60 credits in chemistry or biology. But the rest of the 60 credits, total degree requirement is 100 take from any other department, which we call liberal studies and free elective requirement. So the liberal studies requirements are like 30 credits. So the rest of the 30 credits, any other department that they are interested in.
Okay. There are any more questions? And students, we're coming almost to the end of our final questions. Would you please type them in to the chat box on the right-hand side so that we can request Derrick and Dr. Bharathan to answer them before we close for this afternoon. Okay, I think we don't seem to have any more questions, Dr. Bharathan. I'd like to say thank you to Dr. Bharathan and to Derrick. Students, just to let you, thank you. Yeah, students, just to let you know that this presentation has been recorded and will be archived on our shared files section by students who would be keen to learn more about the programs at Indiana University of Pennsylvania. Please do ask them to log on to bit.ly/Education USA web ly/Education USA webinar. And once they log in with their name and email ID, please ask them to go to the top left-hand corner of the screen, a link saying shared files. Please to all of our previously recorded webinars. All right. Just for your information, this is if you're looking to understand more about, please do go and check out the 5 steps to studying in the US on our website, which is educationstate.gov. Thank you once again, Dr. Bharathan and Derrick, for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having it. Thank you.
Just as a final piece of information, students, next week shortlisting universities, and it will be presented by an Education USA advisor at our Kolkata Education USA Center. That again will be at 4 on Friday, March 18th. Please do join in. What are some of the parameters and pointers you need to keep in mind when you're shortlisting universities in the US? So please, a webinar next Friday. Thank you very much, students, for joining us as well. Thank you again, Dr. Bharathan. And
thank you, Dr.
Thank you.
Bharathan. Thank you, Aparna. Thank you, students.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All of you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.